Welcome to More Business, More Life TV. And today I want to share about how we can reset so we can actually be more efficient, get more done. And how do we do that? When we get bogged down, we feel overwhelmed, and we want that reset so we can be re-energized. What the heck do we do? How do we do that? So how do we reset? And let's even go back one step. Why do we reset? Well, the thing is, if we actually can drag ourselves down in our own productivity based on our mindset, and a lot of it has to do with beating ourselves up. So a big word that I want to share today is kindness, being kind to ourselves. And that comes in a way that allows us to be more productive, to be more fruitful in what we're doing. Because I'll tell you, if you tear yourself down every day and you're constantly doing and you feel like you did not do a good enough job, you're not satisfied, then chances are you're going to have this feeling of lack. Self-worth can be diminished. Even depression can start to fall on us if this happens long enough and we're continually being downgraded in our own mind. Maybe not by others. Maybe we are by others, but a lot of times it's ourself. And we leave our workday feeling dissatisfied with what we got done. And so the first step we have to do is allow for a reset. Because when you allow for rollover, like let's say you don't get enough done one day and then you roll that over into the next day on top of what you need to get done on a daily basis, now you're creating overwhelm, you're creating stress, you're putting pressure on your shoulders, you're pushing down on yourself, and you're not allowing yourself to grow. It's kind of like planting something and then just keep throwing more dirt. At a certain point, the seed is so deep that it may not grow, or it may take a long time. And I'm not an expert on every seed. I'm sure every plant, some of you that might be very big in agriculture right now, maybe there's some you could bury as deep as you want and they will grow. I don't know. Maybe there is a plant. If you know that, comment down below. But the point of this, we don't want to bury things. Most things that I plant in them, they kind of tell you about how deep you want to plant so that it can grow, so it can prosper. And we have our own amount. Chances are, if you're a C-level executive or entrepreneur, or you're a sales professional, many of those individuals, those leaders, we tend to take big bites. And I love to use the metaphor, and you probably heard me if you've watched my show at any period of time use this metaphor. If you were at a meal and you took a big bite, and then you started to choke, and then you start to notice you can't breathe, and it's a very alarming situation. But in the good news in this story, you clear your pipe and you're able to breathe. In that moment, because it was such a freak out, chances are, high chance, you're not going to take the same size bite. You're going to take a smaller bite. Now, why is it as professionals, entrepreneurs, C-level executives, and many other leaders and other positions and professionals, we tend to take these big bites daily? And then we wonder why we feel dissatisfied at the end of the day. And again, not being kind to ourselves, we say we didn't do good enough. The reality is we took too big a bite. The reality we had, not the right size expectation to have this fruitful feeling in our life. So what I want you to start to do, one of the things I work with high achievers is right sizing our daily activities. So by you putting the right amount of things on your plate and getting those done and then leaving feeling successful, you're going to actually raise your performance because your energy is going to go up. And so it actually, in a way, by doing less and having less on your to-do list, I can almost guarantee, there could be some situations where maybe there needs to be some different thinking, but most of the time, almost every company I've worked with, reducing the task list to a manageable size lifts morale, lifts productivity, and then you can slowly add things in when appropriate. But a lot of times we're getting things done more rapidly, so it's not necessarily having less on your task list. It feels like it because on the day you're looking at less things, but guess what? What if you had a shorter task list, you actually got it all done, and the next day you can do new things, and the next day you can do new things, rather than having a task list keep carrying over and you're not getting enough done. By feeling overwhelmed, we actually confuse ourselves. We and not necessarily confusion. Sometimes it can be, but it's just this cloud around us. It's not as clear. It's not as poignant. It doesn't have as much power. By being sheerly focused on a few things, and sometimes even one thing, we can actually get it done and feel successful. So in conclusion on this, and a few wrapping thoughts, I love goals and stretch goals, because a goal that we know we can achieve and we can accomplish is going to allow our mindset to be lifted up into a more positive atmosphere, because we can know I'm going to get that done. Then I do still like pushing myself. I do still like getting out of my comfort zone, but having that be a stretch goal that maybe once a week or once a month or in that quarter, we grab onto something and go for it, and we have fun stretching for it. But if we don't hit it, we still hit our goal. We're still achieving what we need to in our business and our life, and we know that we have been successful. Rather than putting this, I love, Built to Last, Jim Collins, the big, hairy, audacious goals, as they call the BHAGs. I have those in my business. I live with those. We drive towards those. We've in the past we've hit some of those marks, and it's been amazing, and it's so fun. But that is like the big gusto, the extra celebration. But I have smaller milestones that we're achieving on a regular basis, and allows our mindset to feel more successful. So I just want you to be able to say success more frequently and on a daily basis. And so going back to what I started with, we'll end with: be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to reset. If you go away from work today and you tell yourself you didn't do a good enough job, and you do that every day, you didn't finish what you set out to do, then your chances are you're putting too much on your plate. Shrink it down. Allow yourself to leave feeling satisfied, saying that you're successful, and allow yourself to just reset. No carryover. Just start new tomorrow or next week, and just go and make the best of it and get it to the right size, and keep reflecting every day and every week, so that this way I gave myself too much, and then try a little bit less until you get to that spot where it's just going along. And I can, again, almost promise you that you'll actually get more done. It's one of those crazy things, like you'll often find for me, that sound like an oxymoron. But if you actually put less on your to-do list, chances are you'll be a more productive person over days and weeks and months and years. I hope this is helpful. Be kind to yourself. And remember, as always, choose gratitude and create freedom. We'll see you on the next episode. Hey there, I want to give you something really big. It's called Clear Path to Customers. It's the way that we get the right language to get the right client. I like to call them your wow clients, so that you can have more results, more revenue, more raving fans, and more referrals. And I want to give this to you absolutely free. And all you have to do is go to stevenapolitan.com to check it out, or you can look at the description here. We'll put the details there. As always, remember, choose gratitude and create freedom.